So we've decided to start working on the living room, and Steve is doing a built-in unit. He's just chased in some sockets there and drawn in where he's going to do the unit. So this is the frame that's going to hold up the lower part of the unit. And you can see the frame there, and we're going to have an LED fire in that section there. You can see him installing that there with little Lottie. And this is it in effect, so you can see what it does. It also blows out hot air if you want, or you can have it just light. And now he's building in some shelving units, and he's also rendered in over the brick wall in all the rooms, just so that that area is nice and smooth for when we do plastering, etc. Here, Steve has built this frame and put a silk on it for the girls to play with. That was a birthday surprise for Imogen, but it's obviously for both of them to enjoy. But it's like that, you know, like Cirque du Soleil and things used, and they can do sort of aerial acrobatics with it. Obviously we've got it quite low there because they're just getting used to it, but they really enjoyed it, and it was something fun for them. So a little update on what we're doing in the living room. So Steve has plasterboarded the wall that the chimney was on, so that's all been plasterboarded in. He's also plasterboarded the section of the ceiling where the chimney went up into, and obviously where the hearth was above. He broke all that out. And he's also been building a TV unit, sort of a media unit, we're sort of calling it, on this side of the room. So this is what he's been building. So he built it up in MDF. So it's a floating shelf to one side, 3 shelves to the other, just decorative items. You can see under here shape of our TVs on a counter there. So there's like a ledge along here. But this TV is actually going to go up on the wall. See where that square is there that's been drawn onto the wall? So we're going to have the TV on the wall. And below it, we have a built-in unit with a LED fire. So I'll show you it all properly when it's all done. But it's like a, it's all black. It's like, it looks a bit like a flat screen TV, but inside it is there's some sort of broken bits of glass almost, it looks like, and then the light just comes through them and it looks like flickering flames. But you can also buy a driftwood pack, which is what I want to get, which looks like driftwood and pebbles. So at the moment we're having a debate because Steve likes the glass, I like the pebbles, so the pebbles are extra, so I'm just gonna upgrade I think at some point. So this whole wall, including all the shelving, everything's going to be painted navy, including this wall here going up and over the door. And these are the paint samples we have tried. So we have this one here is Sapphire Salute. This one is Midnight Navy, and this one is Farrell and Ball Hague Blue. So these two are, there's Crown Dulux, and this one is a Farrell and Ball one, which is the one we've chosen, the Hague Blue. Slightly more greeny navy, so it's almost like a dark teal is what I'd describe it more like. But the reason we've gone for that one over the other one is because you can see our sofas here are covered up under dust sheets, but that's because we're donating them to British Heart Foundation, and they're collecting them next week. And we've got an L-shaped sofa being delivered, which is very, very similar colour to that that sort of dark teal. Is navy, but it's a more on a greeny scale than it is on that really bluey scale of the navy. So there'll be a big L-shaped sofa in there. We've also bought a few bits of items of furniture to go in there as well. I'll show you those quickly. So here's one of them. This is a coffee table, little sort of side table, and we've got another one same as that, but in a got like a marble sort of top on it. It's not real marble. I think it's like a, I don't know, sort of a you know, a bit like where the kitchen counters are made of, you know, like a resin or something, I don't know. And then it's got metal legs in gold, and we've got a square version as well. And then we bought other items in here, exciting items. So we went to a lovely shop in Deal on holiday, and we found a lovely big piece of, it looks like coral, obviously it's not because of conservation, but it looks like a huge piece of coral. And we've also got a lovely circular pitcher with a red Kingfisher on it. And then we've got some other little bits and pieces from H&M Home that we bought, just a few little decorative items. And we've also got this big mirror here. You can see a little bit on the side here, the sort of design here. It's like a big mirror with gold, like dark brassy sort of gold or antique gold sort of spokes, which I feel is quite 1930s. But if I move back, you can see the scale of it. It's very big. So it will take up a big part of one of the walls, which should be really nice. But the thing that we're mainly doing at the moment is Steve is doing this windowsill. So the windowsill here had hardly no overlap on the lip, on this two sides, and then quite a heavy overhang on the back. So Steve always wanted to redo it anyway. It was really old and not very good condition, so he's going to redo that. But in doing that, he's also taken off the shelf. It's actually loosened. Some of the bricks were a bit loose, so he's going to rebuild those in. Then he's going to build in a new shelf. We'll obviously paint it white eventually. So yeah, lots of things to do. But yeah, we did discover that it's there's no insulation, but apparently that's the best thing to do. When he sort of spoke to some other builder friends and like looked it up, that apparently it can carry the moisture through if you put the rock wool in there. So we're just going to leave it as it is. I'll give you an update once he's done a bit more. So this is where we're up to the living room. Steve plasterboarded that wall. And then his friends came and plasterboarded the ceiling. And they also helped strip out the lights that they had like wall lights. And Steve has filled those with plastering stuff, whatever it is. And Steve also rebuilt this window ledge. We've got to have to put some beading, because you can see there at the bottom of the windows it's obviously different to what was there before. So we're going to have to put some new beading on there. But he's had to rebuild this part of the wall because when he took the windowsill off, it just pulled the brick off. So he rebuilt that wall, and then you can see today as well, he has gone with this plastering stuff and filled in where it was just raw brick. So the ends of these windowsill needs some sort of rounding off, and obviously it's just like it's got like an undercoat on it, so obviously it needs to be all filled and I don't know, some sort of sanded back in certain areas, so it's just like a really smooth transition. Hopefully once it's all painted in, you won't see it. So these are the old sockets there. We're still using those at the moment, but we will plaster over those once we don't need them anymore. And then Steve's going to put a socket coming up this wall here, and he's going to put another one just to the side here. We've also got behind the TV, he's chased it out on the wall. We're going to have lots of sockets there for behind the TV unit. So the TV is actually going to be on this wall. So this is what he's built here as well, you can see now. It's like a wall unit. This will all be painted in Hague blue, which is like a Farrenball colour. It's of these three navies, it's this one. So it's a slightly more of a, I'd say like a dark teal, with the other two a bit more inky. But it goes nicer with the new sofas we've ordered. And then you can see where the square box is on the wall, that's where we're going to have the TV mounted. And then we've got this lovely LED fire down here. We've also decided to paint this wall across here in the navy, and then the rest of the room will be in an off-white going all the way around. And then we're going to get some Roman blinds to go on each of these windows across here. I'm going to put them as high as possible, so when they're all stacked up they don't disrupt the window, so hopefully they'll all stack up in this section. And then, yeah, you can see here, he's already chased in for new sockets here. We have to get an electrician to put do the actual wiring, but he's got like a bundle of electrical wire, which is now he's sort of threading now underneath the floorboards. So there's another socket he's done under there, then he sort of threads it under there, and he's going to come from there, thread it under there, and go round, you know, and then loop it again. So it's something that makes a ring. And then the next thing we'll need to do is we have the light switch currently on this wall, but we're going to have, we used to have the door used to hang out this way and close that way, but we're going to change it so that the door hangs this way, so then you won't be able to get to the light switch. So we're going to have the light switch here, but what we've discovered is actually it has to go quite far down the wall, because it all has to be disabled access, so sockets have to be so far off the ground and so far from the corner, and the switches have to be so far down. They're actually much lower, so where it currently is, it'll be much lower than that, so it's disabled access. But yeah, it's all coming along nicely, and I'll just show you the kids' bedroom as well, because he's done plasterboarded that. So this is the girls' bedroom. I went to a family party today, bless him, he stayed home and plasterboarded this wall here. So he's had to cut it into smaller pieces because our stairs are quite narrow and then they twist quite sharply. So actually the boards were too big to come up. So he halved them and then brought them up. But the wall was really quite out. So he said it was quite a hard job because it was really hard to get them level because the wall was sort of dipped in and out so many different times. But he got there in the end, and yeah, I mean, it's obviously so far off being done. But it is nice. Each little step makes each room feel a bit more complete. I can show you the colour we've chosen for the girls' room as well. So it's this colour here called Pashmina. I think it was made by Crown or Dulux. I can't remember actually. Let me see. Oh, Crown. So this is all the colours here you can see that we had. I mean, they really, some of them really came out, these two particularly came out very purple. They didn't look purple at all in the tester pots, but they're all so different. But of all those colours, it's the round swatch that we're going for, this one at the bottom here. Yeah, but it was really hard to find a nice pink. I've got them all in a row there. So it's the one on the far right we decided to go for. So yeah, that's where we're up to now. Bit more electrics and things to do. Need to seal up all these holes, but once that's all done and the rooms are plastered, electric's done and plasters are done, we can then decorate, which will be really exciting. So that'll be the next update, I imagine, once we've painted. Bye.